Bona Fide Bullshit, the podcast. This is episode.
I really don't know.
You're like
34?
35?
35?
36? You're like this whole
It's either 34 or 35.
Yeah, like 1 week on, 1 week off. Got everything going off. What's up, guys? I'm Eli, and this is
Angelica.
And you are now locked into the Bona Fide Bullshit podcast, where each and every week we just bullshit about stuff that's going on.
Each and every other week.
Each and every other week. See, again, I'm still trying to get used to it.
Bi-monthly? Is that considered bi-monthly?
Bi-weekly. That's like getting paid.
No, bi-weekly means twice a week.
No,
it's bi-monthly, so twice a month.
Oh, well, I guess you break it down like that. I was trying to break it down like
no,
that.
there's no other way to break it down. Like, there's a right and then there's a wrong.
In the United States of Eli, that's how it works.
Bi-weekly is 2 times a week.
Shove it up.
Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah, exactly. That's where your son gets his intelligence from.
Sure does. As you can see, every week we just bullshit about stuff that's going on, stuff that's happening. We covered all stuff that we got going on in
family,
life.
Love, bullshit.
Anything, current events, or whatever's on the mind for those of you
whatever's on the market, you know?
Yeah, for those of you who are just tuning in for your first time, that's the kind of trouble we get into inside the show.
Sometimes we ask questions.
Sometimes we get some questions asked to us too. So if you guys want to make sure you guys want to lock in with us, guys, make sure you guys head on over to our Instagram page. That's going to be Bona Fide _BS. Please bear with me. It's just been one of those weeks.
It's been a long week. This is us saying it's been a long week on Tuesday, so you know it's been a long week.
Yeah, so
it's been a long couple of weeks.
If there's a couple of bumps, I admit it. I'm not gonna fucking try to cover it and deny it or edit it out. This is true, raw, and uncut, and we're just bullshitting with you guys. So, you know.
So what do we got going on?
I mean,
speaking of bumps, I did want to touch on this. Did you hear about that drama with Brittany? And her family and everything?
Yeah, and her dad and how he's the...
I thought that was really crazy. Like, we all know how Brittany went through her, like, crazy phase. Okay, and
she
like...
lost her shit.
She lost her shit. At the time, you know, all of us who were whatever age that grew up with her, like me, I think I'm the same age, if not older than her, we're like, what the fuck is going on? This bitch has lost her fucking shit. And then you come to, you know, then you get older, and now even at this age, even before finding out some of the stuff that's been in recent times, I thought, well, you know, as we get older, I get it. I get why she lost her shit, man. I'm losing my shit too.
There was a lot going on. There's stuff with her relationships with K-Fez, still some of the lingering drama, when she was with Justin, and then she did the whole hair cutting incident, and then, you know, her father. I
feel like that some days too. Some days I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna cut all this shit off. Like,
you know, the thing
everything.
is I forgot what it's the title for. It's some kind of ship that they have over you when they're able to, like, when you're not mentally fit to do everything, but to a certain extent you're on your own, but they control your finances and all your, like, well-being.
The conservatory?
Conservatory shit, yeah. And
I honestly have never even heard of that. And when I was reading about it, I was like, what does this... And I still, until you said it, I didn't completely knew. I mean, I knew it was other people had, you know, reign over all her stuff, obviously, but I didn't know exactly to a T what that word meant.
Yeah, I mean, everything from, like, I just said, controlling your finances, all the way to controlling that she had to have the stent in her so that she couldn't get pregnant because they felt like she wasn't fit to be a mom again. And she's like, I wanted to give birth again. You know, it's just all these kind of weird things that are going on. It's really sad. But, you know, am I surprised? Nah. Because her dad always came off kind of shady, and they said he's the one that was controlling our shit. So her whole family's eating off of her wealth and her fame still to this day. And trust me, music and publishing, those are just checks that come around. Like, they keep coming. Trust me. So, like, for him to just kind of sit there and just bake off his daughter and her popularity, it goes back to how when they had her acting in shows and being a stage dad or stage family, what have you. You know, so it's like, I'm not really not...
Could you imagine your family doing that to you?
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, some people are warranted that are legit nuts, but sometimes you gotta let somebody do their thing. And I think maybe because, again, I'm gonna take this back to what I just said. The finances played a major role in that. And I'm sure her dad's just sitting there just counting all that money, controlling that money. But
you
now
just see like the money signs in his eyes. You know?
Even when they had their little reality show with her sister, like you could just, I mean, there's all kinds of shit that was going on there. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting because now she's able to finally, I mean, the Doogie said even at the one point was choosing her lawyer, her representation. Yeah. Which to me is just fucked up. So she's got some good legal counsel apparently on her side now, and hopefully she gets her shit together. And it's like where her dad is like, got to be like, oh fuck, we're in a social media age. So now she can share shit. Like, obviously when she was popping and out there, you didn't know of all this stuff going on because social media wasn't a thing. There wasn't a platform specifically that anyone could tune in worldwide, and now you can. So
I wonder why. Like I haven't watched the videos or anything quite yet. I mean, I've heard of it and seen maybe a little bit clips and read a little bit, but I haven't, whatever footage they have of it. But I wonder why she waited so long. Did it say anything?
Well, no, they were
about
saying
that?
like he was in control, where he had like he was in control of her doctors, and her doctors were saying that she wasn't mentally fit for things. Was in control of her legal counsel. It's just there's so many levels to me when you do that. There's no I don't know the word I'm looking for, where you kind of got like a buffer there that's just kind of a fault safe, so that someone that's supposed to be looking for your best interest,
especially when it's your dad and your family,
should be like some kind of fault safe system where it's like, hold on a second, well, this is guarded by a court, someone else, like a third party that's not involved with the families, because that situation there is what was going on for so long. Like well, I can't drive in my boyfriend's car or something. Like it's literally like you're back to being at like a super kid baby status.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like she's like 15 or 16 years old and she can't think or do
on
anything
her own,
for
no
herself.
decisions. You need your parents there, and it's unfortunate. So God bless her. Hopefully they don't the hashtag
so sad.
Free Britney.
It makes me so sad.
People could
Free
go wrong
Britney
with that.
for real.
And let her go get her thing. It's real insane. It's real insane. Excuse me. It's just
as a mom and with kids and being of our age, this is just the time you should be like, and especially her, like fucking living your best life. You know what I mean? She's got enough money. She's got the kids. She could like truly enjoy, and to have like shit rain on you like that from your own family members.
And the thing
so
is like,
up.
too, from a financial standpoint too, because she obviously doesn't have any new music out, but from a financial standpoint, right now, like, and I think she did have a little small Vegas stint where you could see her in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like right now is where that, like, the Britneys, the Backstreet Boys, the Boyz II Men, all that, like, they could bank off their fame from the 90s and early 2000s because, people like you and me in that age group, like, now we actually have the money to go fucking see him in concert if we want to go sit front row. You know what I mean? Back then it was like, you're fucking begging your parents to go. Yeah, you're trying to, there's much you could afford was a merch shirt, or a poster for your bedroom.
Not even. The merch is so expensive.
The merch now is way more
concerts.
expensive than what it was before. Because I remember going to concerts and at most, shirts were $25, jerseys were anywhere between $75 to $100. I mean, when we were at Bad Bunny, I typically love a tour shirt because it shows you're there, it's got the logo, whatever. And they wanted like $45-$50 for a graphic printed T-shirt.
I just cannot.
And
I cannot stomach
you
that.
gotta be kidding me! Like,
I'm willing to spend money on things, but that, oh my god! First of all, like usually the quality of the shirt is not the greatest, right? It's like the cheap.
No, I was gonna say
so you're paying obviously for the print.
When I pick up that shirt and the merchandise guy hands it to me after I drop $50 on a shirt, and I flip the tag and it says fucking Fruit of the Loom or Glydian, I'm like, what the fuck? I could get it if it has the other one that's that softer material with little soft little.
I mean, I don't expect the best, but I don't expect it to be like that hard, very stiff, like it feels uncomfortable on your skin.
Like they
material.
just fucking printed it and then they put it out for
like it's so fucking rough. Unlike these shirts that I just got you for your birthday.
This is cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. You want to shout them out and let people know?
True Classics.
True Classics.
Shout out to True Classics for the amazing dad bod shirts.
And they're not paying us or giving us any special promo for you guys.
These shirts are really nice. I honestly, we've been seeing obviously all the ads that are floating around TikTok and whatnot.
At one point, I call it T-shirt gate because there was all these companies coming out with like offering these T-shirts.
Yeah, and I thought I'm not sure, but let me give it a try because he's been talking about it. But it really is legit. It's so soft. The material is legit, really nice, and definitely worth the money.
So, and I actually got hit up by a couple folks when I posted the video of me, flexing and showing it off from some friends of mine.
Flexing your dad bod,
Flexing my dad bod,
You know what they say, though? It's not a dad bod, you're a father figure.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
It's all about the figure.
This is what this is.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
But, yeah, I got hit up by a couple of my buddies who were like, those shirts are legit. Dude, I love mine. Oh, I bought the big pack for like $100-something bucks. So I got like, more than 5. I mean, and they got like a little summer brand colors that they do. They do
there's different packs and everything.
I wasn't really feeling their polo selection that it looked like, at least for me online. But then again, at first when I saw these pop up on Instagram as ads, I was like, I would typically get my little Goodfellow shirts over at Target. But I feel like one wash are small. Even with doing the cold wash and dry hanging. Like I still feel like
these are really nice.
No, so yeah, these fit real nice. You guys go ahead and trip classics up and make sure you check them out. Like I said, they're definitely worth it. But yeah,
thumbs up for me.
Thumbs up, and that was a birthday gift from you to me. My birthday was this past weekend.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who showed love.
How old are you now?
I just like the podcast. I don't know the number.
36. Oh,
yeah.
That's the number I knew. It was fast.
Yeah, it was funny because this birthday was definitely a memorable one. I mean, they're always memorable in their own way. They have they're just individually they all have their own memories, and
I think this birthday it felt like, I don't know how the explanation I'm looking for. You kind of like you like know who you are, you're comfortable with your life, the people around you, and you have a really good grasp of things at this point of your life, and I think it showed in everything that you wanted to do or who you wanted to see and things like that. Am I right?
Yeah, I was just on a different kick. Like, as long as you know me, we've been married, we've been together. Like, I've never been the big, hey, let me have a big smack 'em down, drag 'em out, big ass party. Like, I'm always real low key for that. And you and I had some real deep conversation about that on my birthday, about the reason I feel like that. You're like, you should be out there, like, it's my birthday. It's my birthday.
We didn't. No. We did touch on that for a little bit, and I know you always tend to like make fun of me when it comes to like my birthday and how I
It's my birthday.
Yeah, but
everybody's a Tobin.
Yeah, but it really it stems from our upbringing, and my upbringing was the birthdays were celebrated, and they were celebrated big because it was you're celebrating the day that you're born. Like, it's a fucking celebration, you know what I mean? It's another year that you're blessed to be here with your family, and it always was made to be very big. Like, my family's very big on holidays, whether it's a birthday or anything little that's like Valentine's Day or something like that. And it bothered me, not that it bothered me, but I could kind of see it I could hear it in his voice and how he talked when it's around his birthday time. Like, it wasn't like, yeah, it's my birthday, I'm excited. I mean, and it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I'm going to get wasted, I'm going to do all these parties. Like, it was just something in his voice that was like, it's like, yeah, it's my birthday. Like, it's fine. It was a little bit more on the, I don't know, I don't want to say depressed, but just like not, it was very just like blah, And so I asked you about it, and I truly was just curious because I was like, well, what's going on? And, again, like we were saying, like our upbringing was different, and I think birthdays kind of, you have a different feeling towards them because of how birthdays were for you, growing up. They were much different, a 180 probably from how birthdays were celebrated in my house.
They definitely, I mean, birthdays were acknowledged, birthdays were, decent times, but, with the upbringing that I had, like, it was always a struggle. So, like, when I think of my birthday, like, it was always a scaled back, day. I mean, I did get some fucking awesome gifts as a kid for my birthday, but it was like, here's this one big nice gift, and then that's it, or here's a semi-nice gift, here it is. I remember my mom just always in the struggle bus, because she always wanted to make sure that she delivered on those days. You know what I mean? Like, so it was like, I'm going to go all out for whatever you want, but it wasn't like, hey, we're going to have this big ass party. I mean, she did that typical big parties when you're a kid, because I guess it's just kind of the way it is. But you never had the big, big hoorahs, and it was just always go out to dinner if you were lucky, maybe order a pizza from our favorite pizza place, and here's your gift, whether it was a PlayStation, a Sega, or whatever have you, and I just remember the lead up of her struggling to try to get that gift, and the struggles with my dad and him not wanting to spend the money, and because he was working and causing fights and I should say arguments, not actual fights. I always got to say the difference, because when I say, well, my parents used to fight, they'll be like, oh damn, you used to hit. I'm like, no, just arguments. It'd be a lot of big arguments, and it was just like you sit there and you're like, fuck, you feel guilty after you get something. I talked about this previously on the pod and on the early beginnings of our pod, like when my mom got the turntables for me, like I remember her struggling real fucking bad, you know what I mean, to try to get me those, and then I find that out after the fact, and I'm like, fuck, now I have this and I feel like shit, and
that's what you had said when we were talking. You had used a word, and I was like, what? And you said, well, I just don't like being selfish. And to me, I was like, if there is any day in the 365 days of the fucking year, it's your birthday that you should be selfish, if you want to use that word, which it's really not, So, I mean, though you're not the big partier and stuff like that, I feel like I've always wanted to make it special in your own way, that you would enjoy it, without, making it overdone or feeling uncomfortable with the
No, and
drink.
as you did, we had the little mini surprise get together at one of my favorite cigar shops, if not my favorite cigar shop that I go to, Byron Cigar Lounge.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sam, Mike, George, the whole crew over there. They have this nice little room that you could kind of rent out, and you put that all together, and we ordered some food, and I had, shout outs to Eric who came through, Al who came through, Joey even slid in there too and hung out, Roy, and it was a nice group of people, well, good balance of good cigars, like I even splurged and got a couple little extra cigars that I wouldn't have tried because it was my birthday, you know what I mean? Like those cigars that I'm like, no, that's like at a higher price point. And then they bought me a couple sticks too, and it just felt good to, like, when we looked at the clock and I was like, oh shit, it's like 11:30. I was like, shit, I feel like we just walked in here at 7.
I know. I thought, we're booking the room for like a long time. Like it felt like a long time, but I guess, when you're smoking and talking or whatever, time really did.
You kind of got to see sometimes, not that you bitch or anything when I go out, but you got to see sometimes when I'm like, oh man, like I lost track of time. Like you do, because there's even times where, like, when I'm smoking, I'm hardly on my phone. I might have my phone for my quick picture for the cigar that I'm smoking or whatever, but then I leave there and it's like messages and notifications and a slew of shit, because you're just busy engaging, like you're having a human conversation.
I felt different only because, like, I don't smoke cigars, so I smoked a cigar. It was very good.
Leather Rose, Drew
yeah,
Leather Rose.
It was really good. I genuinely would smoke another one again, and it was really good. But it relaxed me so much to the point where I wish there was a recliner.
You and Eric were in a whole other fucking zone.
I was just like this.
And
Joey walked in and he was like, you look like you're high. I'm like, I'm definitely not high.
Yeah.
I wish I was.
Shout out to Joey G, my brother, right
Shout
there.
out to Joey. So we finally got to meet. He's really awesome. I like him a lot. But anyways, I was just like this. I'm like, I could not. And between, like, obviously the long day and everything, but by the time I smoked that cigar and we had, like, a huge dinner.
You were like that. I look
done.
over. Eric's just there with a smile on his face, half finished.
Yeah, I was like, Eric, you good? He's like, no, I'm chill.
Yeah, like, and then the thing is I look down and I'm like, on my third cigar. You know?
No, you legit. I think you had like 4 or 5 cigars in that time frame. It was like 1 an hour, basically.
Roy and I, we keep the room lit. Shout out to Roy. Roy,
You had like 1 an hour.
Uncle
basically.
Roy and I, we could sit there and smoke. I went down to Nicaragua with him, and we're always past 10 cigars deep on one sitting. And it's because, honestly, like, I guess it's different if I was sitting there going and continue to keep puffing, but you puff a couple, you're sitting there just burning on its own, like. So you're not really, but yeah, I mean, my palate was definitely jacked after that. But yeah, just to kind of go back and touch base, it was just a nice, dope little get together. I was real happy that I did it that way. My rule of thumb, I want to do it like that every year. You know what I mean? Like it's just hanging out and bullshitting with a couple guys, and then obviously I closed it out with the best way, or I should say, I kicked it off because it was my actual date was Sunday, but. I was able to get up in the morning. I got my free birthday coffee from the Bucks, and I was watching some F1, and the F1 delivered as always. It was another insane race. Now I'm all locked into F1 racing, but yeah, it was just I couldn't have asked for a better like day and a half of stuff. You know what I mean? Of activities, I should say.
It was good,
and I look forward to doing it again. I'm just like I said, I'm in a different state of mind. You know what I mean? Like it's just real chill, and then you just got the people around you love and. The people you want to be around on your special day.
I feel like 36 is the year for a lot of people. I feel like, there's that bridge of when you're like a grown up and you're starting to work. So maybe that's like, I don't know, 22 to 26, 27. Yeah, exactly. Where you're still trying to find your way. You're still trying to make money. You're like maybe in your apartment or trying to buy a house. Like you're still struggling a little bit. Like, finances are hard. Growing up is hard. Having all those bills is hard. And maybe once you reach like, I don't know, 32 to 36 area, you're like kind of find your groove, maybe what you're going to do for a little bit more of a longer term. Maybe you're settling down with a family or not, more comfortable financially. And I think everything kind of just went right, and you kind of, you never ask or tell me things you want to do for your birthday because you don't like to do anything for your birthday. Basically.
Or you ask me like, "What do you want?" And I'm just like, "Whatever you think you want to get me."
I don't ask you what you want. That's a lie.
Or
I
just,
always.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, even like when my mom comes, like, what do you really? I'm like,
yeah, your mom, not me.
You know, anybody like, you know,
I'm a
like,
master gift giver.
Yeah,
okay,
like
that's
I don't.
like my thing.
There's because you know what? I'm always every day. I'm always like, man, I like this. I am an I like this type of guy. Like today, I saw some stuff like, man, I really like that. I really like that. There's just so much stuff. Even when I have a little extra cash, you see how nuts I go. I go, now I get a chance. Maybe I don't want to buy this. I want to get this. I want to get that. And but yeah, for really, I never come out to you flat out and be like, hey,
no,
I
but
this
this year
hey,
you're like,
do that.
you know, I think I want to go to the cigar lounge, maybe just smoke with a few guys, whatever. Cool, you know. But yeah, I think it was a good year, and I could feel like you felt good and comfortable with maybe your life and yourself and everything. And,
yeah,
and minus not being overly happy on your birthday because that's just not how you are. I feel like overall you're really happy and maybe in a good place.
No, I am, and I will continue to be. And from here on out, I tend to have the same vibe that I had after our chat that we had while we were eating dinner. And I think I'm gonna carry that on for these future ones and continue to enjoy it, and just like I said, be able to be grateful for another year of life, or as they say,
and celebrate yourself. You have to celebrate. Everyone fucking deserves to celebrate themselves. So whether
that's funny because
it's on your birthday or another day,
you say that, whatever. And it brings me to like I was just DJing, before our last pod. I mentioned that I was heading out to Miami to DJ, and I'm out there and I'm doing my thing. People are loving it, and then people were I'm not gonna get to the meat and potatoes, but they're like, oh, I heard you did this and you were on tour for this and you did. And I'm like, yeah, they're like, I'm gonna talk about that more. But again, I guess I just always eat the piece of humble pie. I'm always humble. When you want to talk to me one-on-one, I'll tell you things I've done, places I've been. That's all the little nicks and knacks that are here in my office. But I don't walk around with my medals on my chest saying what I did. And I guess it's just how my character is. You know what I mean? I'm just not a very braggadocious person. And most DJs are, where they're like, look at me, I'm the shit. Yeah, I tore up the fucking club. Where I'm just like, man, I just let the work speak for itself. And if you want to talk, I'll tell you my body of work, and you'll be surprised. I'm just a real quiet assassin. So yeah, I agree with that. It's just not in your personality to be that way, which is another reason why I love you, because who wants, when you're younger and you see the DJ and all that might be fun and games and everything, but when you get older and you bring him home to be married to him, you don't want that. You don't want that. No one wants that. No. In anyone. So good. I hope you had a good birthday. No, I had a fucking great birthday. And again, shout out to everybody that hit me up online and sent love and sent birthday wishes. I appreciate you, and everybody that I wrote back, I told them I appreciate your time. And it felt good to clean up and clean up, get nice, dress up nice and fig, and go out, and go stunt for a bit. I always like dressing up. I think you cleaned yourself up a little bit with a little of the Manscaped and such. Yeah. Oh, you best believe you heard coming from the bathroom. That was the Manscaped. Oh, that up there. I was lining up somewhere else. Up there, Easy took care of me up there with the real barber. Yeah, but here in the ears, I had to get the ears, and look at it's already freaking growing back out there. Speaking of which, obviously, like she just said, Manscaped got me ready for my big date, and Manscaped could do the same for you. I mean, we're gonna help you do the same for you and any future events you got coming up. We're gonna hook you up. That's right. Support for Bona Fide Bullshit, the podcast, is brought to you by Manscaped. Who is the best in men's below the waist grooming? Manscaped. Offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, and we have an exclusive offer for our listeners. 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code BONA at manscaped.com. Head on over to Manscaped, pick the package you want, pick the ear trimmer you want. They have an array of items. Type the promo code BONA at checkout at manscaped.com, and you're going to get 20% off and free shipping. I mean, you cannot go wrong. Like Angelica just told you guys, I was getting my birthday feels and getting ready to get my birthday suit on. Yep. Had to trim up the ears with the ear trimmer that Manscaped offers, as well as the lawnmower. And now I have the lawnmower 3.0, and now the 4.0 is out in the block, and it'll get you set for that night. Those nights, like I said, not just a birthday. You want a fucking basic Friday, Saturday night going out. You want to look good. Yeah. Make sure you groom yourself good. And Manscaped's especially now that things are opening up. And you everybody's back out. And you single guys, you're going out, meeting the ladies. You better make sure, because you just never know what's going to happen at the end of the night. You know what I mean? I never did that because I'm an angel. I stick to my name. Mm-hmm. But
if that so happens for someone else, you know what I mean?
You don't want to go out down there and unzip the pants and it's Don King. Like you got Don King and fucking cock lock down there. And you don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to have to go like this to find anything.
Yeah, especially if you're a certain size and then you got to search even more. But if you are, Manscaped just gets right to the point.
And then you have to like go like this and like hold a magnifying glass.
Hold the mic. Yeah, can you picture that? I picture that like The Rock in his new movie when he's going through the jungle and shit. Like, where is it at? But yeah, you don't want to do that. So make sure you guys take advantage of our promo code BONA at manscaped.com. Get your 20% off
with
and
the
your free shipping so that you can look fresh and clean in your birthday suit.
Speaking of man, school's starting soon, and our man of a teenager is going into high school.
He's going to be needing Manscaped soon.
Tell
him I know someone.
He's probably stealing yours, honestly.
I got two. Like, I have the 2.0. So you take the 2.0.
Yeah, you might want to give it to him though. But can you believe school starts so early? School didn't start this early when we were that age. It didn't start
back in my day when I had to walk 8 miles to the school.
My day.
Okay, boomer.
I don't know, when I talk like an old person, I have to sound like a man.
Oh, you do like that?
Oh, in my age.
Easy there, Roland.
But yeah, like school's starting so early. I think they start like mid-August, like August 15th or something in that vicinity. It's too fucking soon. Like, I feel, don't get me wrong, I want those fucking assholes to go back to school. They need to go back to school. They have to go back to school. But, given the pandemic, we were in quarantine for so long, and then they kind of like went back to school for like half-ass, like for the last like month and a half. And then we get about 2 seconds of summer, and then they're sending their asses back to school.
And our weather's like so delayed.
It's still summer.
Like
it's still fucking summer.
The spring showers like came last month, and it's still kind of
it was raining for like a hot ass second here. It was probably like 2 weeks straight.
You were saying that, and I had a thought. Like, I was like, because I'm so out of tune on when they go back and when they whatever. But it makes sense because there's a couple of people that I noticed online posting pictures of their kids graduating, and I was like, damn, that's fucking middle of July. And then it dawned on me, and I was like, those motherfuckers were in summer school.
Oh yeah,
because it's always summer school. Then like they get a couple, they're able to get a couple weeks, and then it's like right back to fucking school you go. Yeah. And now it makes sense. I was like, oh, maybe they just went to a different school.
That's what we kept telling
I know
her,
suburbia.
Like, if you feel you're going back to school, and then basically it's nonstop school until the new year.
Suburbia, I know, has different set of rules in the city, but then even in suburbia, there's certain towns where they all go at different time frames. But this time frame, like I said, literally graduation last week.
The city definitely starts later.
Yeah.
They start later because they end later, much later.
I remember when we were young, like I just remember it being like that mid-May, June, like you got off, and then you didn't go back. So I always remember it in September. And now, like, this whole going back to August shit is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, they end mid-May. Like,
you know what I would prefer? If I was a kid and had the choice, I would prefer more summer and less winter break. And maybe not even a fucking spring break. Because you figure, especially where we live, like, winter break, you get the 2 weeks off, and you got Christmas, whatever.
Yeah.
And in spring break, it's still cold. So I prefer more the summer, the nice weather that we have less of, to be taken more advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they get a choice, obviously, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure that if they did have a choice, they would pick that. So
yeah, I don't know.
It's too soon. Now we have to do all the back to school shopping and all that shit.
Don't you remember? The one thing I liked about back to school shopping when we were talking about, being a little bit less fortunate with things, was that was the one time you got a new pair of shoes. And it was like, you knew it. You're like, oh, yeah, that means I get these motherfuckers. I'm about to stunt on them.
Oh
and I remember laying out the fits. Like, I see those memes that talk about first day of school, had you laying out your fit. That was me. For some reason, I always wanted to wear nice fits on Fridays. I always save my nice clothes for Friday.
I don't know. I had nice clothes.
Yeah, you're like, Gunther, what do you have for me today? Miss Angelica, I have this outfit. I don't like. Take it off.
I don't like. Gunther.
Yeah. That's a good shit.
No.
Yeah, I had like a couple 2 or 3 good fits, and I always saved them for Fridays. Like, Friday was just for some reason. Like, for some reason in our house on Friday was like Friday you went out, Friday we ordered pizza, Friday was a dinner night.
Because why? Payday. Payday, even for us, when we were struggling a little bit, it was like, it's payday. We're going to get pizza. We're going to, like
let my parents
We're going to go grocery shopping.
I can't remember going to a restaurant on a fucking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday.
No way.
It was either Friday, Saturdays,
would we do that before? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. you know, you
It
wait
just
till
brings you back
Friday till
memories.
we all have money, you know?
I mean, like thinking about that, thinking about money, and like it's at school. Like, yeah, I used to get those because you get your new backpack, you get
So
to start
exciting.
with all the new shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I
exciting
know.
time. So
I know. That's why I feel like, well, for our little one, I just shop for him. It doesn't matter. He doesn't really care.
no,
He'll pick out some stuff, and I let him or whatever. But you know, Martin's older. He's 14, going to be a freshman, and so he picks out all his own shit. And sometimes I'm like, bro, calm down. Like, just calm down. Like,
he's wearing some of the new shit now. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and I told him too. I was like, just wait.
Jeans.
You
I'm like,
guys,
boy, you
it
making me
is
sweat.
like 88 degrees here in Illinois. Okay, it's fucking hot. Okay, he is in a very thick sweatshirt and very heavy jeans, like the ones like kind of like with a little hammer thing holder, like he does anything with that. But anyways, it's a style, and he was wearing that today. I'm like, you're gonna be really fucking hot. But you know, kids these days. And him being in his own style now and knowing, and I love that. I love seeing him choose his own style and have his whole look together. Like, I love that. But I'm like, Martin, like you were saying, you know, pick some shoes. Let's pick some shoes out. And he's like, I found some, but they're like, you know, $350. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Well, where, Martin? Like StockX? No, I'm not asking you. Like, how about just try JCPenney or something? You know what I mean? I don't know, like maybe Target, something. I don't know. You know, so.
You go to Famous Footwear?
Yeah. You know, they have some really good BOGO sales.
Right now, it's back to school. Buy one, get one half off. Like, get you and your brother his shoes. Get you those send-off Nikes.
He's like $350. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro.
He's like, I'm on StockX and I want these dunks. And I'm over here like, you sure you want to go to Famous Footwear and get the Air Flights?
Yeah.
I know, nice pair of Air Flights that
Are you sure? Yeah, that I really get by.
Slide it in it. You want some he said, I want the
God.
Converse with the little heart on there, whatever that company, the collaborator with Converse. I'm like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
sure you just don't want the regular All-Stars?
Oh
They
my
look
God.
like gym shoes.
They look good. They look good. I tried to pawn some of mine off on him. He's like, nope.
He's like, no, I'm good. No.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's gonna be crazy time going back to school. Speaking of just you know of money and stuff like that, I thought about this. What and I think we never had this conversation, but what dollar amount would you have to have for it to be like I'm done? Like I'm done with working. I'm done doing just what dollar amount do you feel in your mind is a dollar amount where you're just like fuck it, I'm gonna coast it for the rest of my life to the END.
I would say like $1 million.
Wow, you could be done with $1 million? I feel like I could blow through it with $1 million fast.
Yeah, because you don't know how to preserve your money.
I'd be like, babe, look,
yeah,
it's a helicopter.
Because
I can't fly it, but we own it.
You get a little bit of money, and you get ignorant.
I don't. No.
No, I think
$1 million flat. That's it. Or you saying you take that $1 million, you do whatever? Because I mean, you can buy. You can buy homes for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, and then you're like, then you got $500,000.
Listen, even if I had $1 million, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not the big house kind of person, honestly.
Either, I'm not saying you're
honestly, if I had a choice, even now, I'd probably live in a condo that has like a good, I don't know, 2 to 3 bedrooms for the kids.
Saying like good tennis court and a pool.
No, and I would be really happy. So I don't think I would need a lot for housing. It would just be, I don't know, us, kids, travel, food. So I feel like $1 million would be pretty safe.
But you're saying for like right now at your age for the rest of your life you can survive off $1 million. That's what I'm saying. To me,
maybe a little bit more. Maybe 2.5 million.
Yes, you know.
A little million.
Easy there, free Weezy. I think for me it'd have to definitely be maybe.
I don't know.
I'd say at minimum 5, but I would like to be in that 15.
5 mil?
Yeah.
I mean, how much do we survive on now? We don't,
Yeah, I think it'd be 5 at minimum, and then I would definitely take a little bit of that and invest it in something that's a
that could turn money around.
Yeah, that'd be getting me money back on something. I think that's.
And I think that would be easy because you could invest in a company or buy a company. Like I think I was on TikTok the other day, and there was this one.
The other day.
The other day, today, an hour ago, whatever,
show.
It doesn't matter. But I'm scrolling, and
So
one comes up in the For You, and it was this young woman, definitely younger than me. Maybe she's like early 30s or something like that. And she was talking about how she invested in a car wash at a young age. It was like, I think she said it was like maybe $10,000. One of those, you know, you just drive in, put the
Yeah, I've
quarters
seen
in,
a bunch of videos of
you
that. And the
spray-
guy's like, I seen the same guy. Well, you saw a girl, but I saw the same guy do a car wash and a laundromat. He's like,
Yeah.
here you go, and he's emptying all the change out.
Yeah, and I forgot what they call it, but basically it's just money you have to put no effort into. So maybe it's not a lot, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not a ton of money, but it's literally weekly money. And I think especially if you're like in a good state, maybe it's hot out, people wash their car a lot. Obviously here, sometimes it's cold, you don't even fucking bother, you know, or your car's
car wash in the winter. It's
your
fucking
car's
frozen.
your car's gonna fucking freeze on its way out. So, but you know, maybe you're in Arizona or something to that effect, and it's constantly making money. What's going on? What's going on, Eli?
Our show
fucking-
should just play.
Get it together. Did you hit something?
No, I think it auto played, but I'll figure that out. Technical
but
difficulties
anyways.
have been one of
So
the weeks. We
anyways.
already established that.
So anyways, so yeah, if you're in a good state and you could like wash your car all the time, that's constant money. And she was showing like emptying like the little container thing of all the quarters and such. And I forgot, she had buckets of quarters that she was bringing to the bank that day. And I don't know how much money she had made a week, but I mean, if you have some kind of good job and then you also have this extra stream of income that you literally like you're sleeping and making money, like you do nothing besides you own the place and that's it. I mean, that would be, I feel like, an extra source of income if I were to ever retire with a couple million, that I wouldn't have to worry about that, because that in itself could be like, I don't know, groceries, food and entertainment, you know, going out and stuff
I think
like
my
that.
thing would be like apartment building or some type of property that's rented.
Yeah.
And then you go ahead and just kind of pay your service fees, and when shit breaks, you repair it, and then just keep it, and that's just extra income that's just kind of thrown in. Speaking of, you were saying with TikTok, like, and obviously when I was, they got the little For You page, I meant to say, obviously they had the For You page. There was one that came up. Do you know there's like a write-off? Well, this particular individual talked about the G-Wagon. If your car is like over 6,000 pounds or something like that, like you get certain tax write-offs.
No.
And my car actually falls in that tax write-off
It's
bracket.
over a certain weight.
Certain weight, yeah. It's called a something 10 whatever the point whatever.
No, did you look it up?
And then I look and I see my car on the list.
Mhm.
And there's different ways you could break it down, but you could go ahead and like if your car hits that certain weight, and it was a certain amount of cars that went.
What do you?
There's
what
a
are you
couple
able
of
to do?
different qualifications into it, because it means that you use it for 50% of like if activities that you're doing,
Yeah.
things like that. So there's
That'd
like
be
certain caveats to it.
Yeah.
But you're able to. That's why this gentleman used.
Oh,
it.
you said caveat.
Yeah.
Sounds like
You're like
It
he
sounds-
reminds me of Gunther.
it sounds like you're French.
You're like he reminds me of Gunther. I'm just so
Yeah.
wish you could pick my outfits.
I had a caveat.
But you go and
I had
then
a caveat for dinner.
you go and basically like he says like that's why he's like that's why you see everybody driving G-Wagons. G-Wagon is one of the most popular ones with that tax break. Or you have to find business owners like that own businesses. They have a G-Wagon because then they put a lot of that cost in the business and then are able to write off and get money back for having that car. And then he took it to a splash page for Mercedes that had a fucking splash page with the link about how you can get that tax break for having a G-Wagon. Yeah, it was real interesting. And so then I went to go look at the list, and it had to be a list of anywhere between 10 or 15 different cars, I think. And my car was in there, and I was like, oh shit. You know, like I pseudo use mine for business for DJing, and I was like, shit, I gotta
You
remember.
totally can.
Yeah, I was like, no
We
way.
should talk to our tax people about that
Yeah,
next
I'm like,
year.
take
That's really
advantage of that
interesting.
tax break. It's interesting.
My Jeep is definitely not on there. It's like a feather.
Yeah.
It definitely weighs like nothing.
It's like you owe taxes.
You owe at the end of the year.
Yeah, you're like, why do I owe at the end of the year? It's like, yeah, you
I'm
owe.
sorry, ma'am, it's your Jeep model.
Yeah. Due to section 3045-3, you owe us $1,000 back.
Oh my god.
Remember that child tax credit?
I fucking swear the Jeep Wrangler would end up like me owing taxes. It just fucking sucks money out of you all the time. It's so much money all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, well,
The shit that you learn on TikTok, I swear to God, the random stuff I've learned on there is amazing. I've also learned that so many women do BBLs. And I don't know how everyone's affording it. I'm just like wondering how. So like, if you guys have like some secret way you're affording BBLs, like let me know.
I'm sure if you look
I would like
at
to know.
the individuals doing it, if they have a certain amount of likes and follows, I'm sure whoever is doing that for them.
Some are just like normal ass women.
It's probably a barter. It's probably like, hey, listen, you're gonna post this, and we'll guarantee you this, and I guarantee you this amount of people will see it, and I'll talk about your company. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I don't know. It's like there's so many women do it. I'm like, man, I'm working hard at the gym. You know what I mean?
We're taking them cheap flights to Brazil.
Maybe I just need to get a BBL.
The Dominican Republic. There's a lot of people flying to the Dominican Republic. They came back like this and like this, and I'm sure in 2 years they're gonna be like this.
Like what?
Because they're gonna look, and this shit's not gonna settle right. Something's gonna pop.
No, I think they do a good job out there. That's why people go. It's a good job and it's cheap.
No, when we watch
cheap,
those shows,
not cheap,
like,
but cheaper.
You watch Botched. Well, I was on the Dominican Republic and I went to this doctor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm botched. Yeah, but I think a lot of people do that.
The only one that I know of the country that actually like you get cheap shit
Colombia,
done.
Maybe.
Colombia's another one they do.
Brazil.
They do. Yeah, they got those kooky doctors, but going down to like Mexico, people they get their teeth fixed and get medicine. There's like legit because the health is just so much cheaper down there. And
in Mexico, you're saying?
Yeah, that's why when we watch that one special, they have those folks like bringing back.
And they do like plastic, like cosmetic surgery down there too.
It's more on the health side of things, but I'm pretty sure they got something going on plastic surgery too. But I think it was more on the health side of things. They were just saying that. What I was saying was. That's the only country that I would trust having to do anything medically when it came to like the teeth and the medicines and whatever.
Really? And I thought the opposite.
No, that's why at the border, like, why are you coming back with all this, pain
medication? Yeah, I know.
Because it's so cheaper to get there, which is literally right.
But does cheaper still mean good quality of work?
Yeah, the one lady was like, oh, I live in like Laredo or something. She's like, I'm just crossing over to get I got a dentist appointment. Because it's cheaper she's like, I don't have dental insurance, but here I pay, a couple $100 and all my.
I didn't know that.
Fixed. Yeah.
I know people travel to a lot. I think my mom had traveled to the Philippines to.
I remember she did.
Get something done.
What was the name of that fucking doctor? Because he gave her the bell.
Bello.
It was Dr. Bello.
Dr. Bello, and I think it's like one of the, I don't know, bigger plastic surgeons that is more known maybe in the Philippines or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. As I get older, I feel like I would totally do more work for sure.
God bless her, because when she went to do that, I remember that she ended up flying back.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you're already uncomfortable flying with them flying with like...
And for like 21 hours, it's not even like a short flight to Mexico or wherever. You're going to the other side of the world, 21 hours with a layover at some point, so...
Vaya con Dios.
Yeah, definitely. Things you do when you get older. I'll do it too, just wait. My time is coming. 40 is... It's my 40th next year, and I plan on getting a little Botox.
You're like, I'm planning on seeing Dr. Bello and getting the
family special.
Yeah, maybe
Dr. Bello. So,
I remember your mother.
I don't think that's a good Filipino accent, but
Two for one.
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 for 1. Yeah. Well, folks, with that said, it's been another wonderful episode rocking out with you guys. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms. The correct handle this time is going to be at Bona Fide _BS on Instagram. I almost botched that. You see that?
I know. I would botch it even more, so it's better you saying it than me.
I put heat on myself. So at Bona Fide _BS. Make sure you guys check us out on YouTube as well. For those of you who are just listening to us, we do have a YouTube page. Hit the official YouTube page. So
you can see our beautiful faces.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that
Bona bell.
That is right. Again, it's been great. We'll catch up with you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Much love, y'all.
See you in a couple weeks, bitches. Peace out.